Hello, Witchfolk. We are angels on broomsticks. Welcome to our coven. We're a mother-daughter duo. I'm Kristin.
And I'm Evangeline, and tonight it's Midnight Margaritas, inspired by the iconic film Practical Magic. Today what we'll be doing is a get ready with us style video, having fun with makeup, and talking about The Love Witch. Which, if you haven't seen, we'll fill you in. It's the campiest, weirdest, strangest movie. We have some thoughts on it. And what are we using for our makeup?
Today we're using Juvia's Place Wahala 2 palette, and it looks like this.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot of blues, and we got some glitter. Don't be afraid. And we got a multi-chrome right up here.
It's a fun palette, and it's perfect for these looks. All the blue, the 1960s style. So yeah, if you want to see how we made these looks, join in on our conversation about the Love Witch and feminism. Keep on watching.
I can't believe you used this.
It's such a perfect shade.
What do you do?
Bye.
What do you use it for?
Contour, I'm going to use it.
Oh, you're going to contour? Should I contour?
If you want to.
What is this? Charlotte Tillbury.
Charlotte Tillbury.
Oh, it's the bronzer. Okay.
Charlotte Tillbury.
I brought my new bronzer, by the way. Yensa.
Oh.
I love
I thought you were saying my name because sometimes I swear you call me something like
Yensa.
that.
Yeah,
Yensa.
Yensa. I don't know what it is. It's like a brand, and I looked it up, and it's kind of shadowy.
Shadowy? What do you mean?
I think it's like a nutrition brand.
Brian, we're filming!
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
Okay, go
What's
again.
he doing? Why is he laughing?
I don't know. Boyfriend laughing in the back.
It's I don't know. It's like nutrition. I don't know. Nutritional yeast.
Okay, I'm keeping my bangs down today because I just can't be bothered.
And they're shorter.
They're short. I tried to cut them like, what's her name? Betty Page. We can pretend I went to the hairdresser? No, it's
the
COVID.
hairdressers are closed.
It's COVID time.
We're filming this just after Black Friday sales.
Oh, yes. So, oh yeah, I have my Jenny Bird jewels.
Yes, I have my Jenny Bird earrings and an order on the way. Jenny
Bird.
Jenny.
I really want the Milk Hydrogrip spray, but it's $50.
Yes, expensive.
Why so expensive, Milk? All right, Charlotte, obviously, usual. So today, we probably said this in the intro, we're talking about the Love Witch. So I'm doing my look very much based on the Love Witch. She's not very glowy, though.
No, this is just an inspo, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing a 60s look as well.
She's super matte, but I can't.
I like matte.
You do?
Yeah. Oh, hello.
So something you need, sir. Normally he's all curled up in a little ball when we're filming, but now he's like running around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I lift him up on camera too, he gets like, he looks super stoned. Ooh.
Yeah.
Toasty, come here. You'd never guess he's like a dog who runs around the house like a freak.
Haha.
He's just always so chill when I do this. I love lifting him up. He's adorable, right?
Are you gonna contour?
Yeah, because I'm doing the Love Witch inspired look. I noticed, yeah, she's super matte, and she doesn't seem to really have like bronzer or glowy.
They didn't have bronzer. Bronzer's a new thing.
I know, but it's like a weirdly. It's one of those films where it's like, is this the 1960s?
Yeah,
or is it one of
it's
those,
so cool.
like,
Is it the 1960s or is it now?
yeah, and that it's just super stylized.
Because they have modern cars.
No, they don't.
I thought they did. Oh. They have cell phone. There's a cell phone. When she's in the restaurant.
There is?
Yeah. She takes her cell phone.
No way.
Yes.
I just watched it. I don't remember the cell phone.
When she's in the restaurant.
Well, I know Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, they have that weird, you don't know what era it is, and like they mostly talk on those landlines with the curly lines and the dial-up, but then someone will like whip out a cell phone occasionally in that one. It's funny when they do that. I like it. It's like we don't even notice.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
So like I don't even know if there was a cell phone.
There was a cell phone, I just don't remember. I brought that up last time when I first watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't notice. I have to rewatch it again. It's really, it's one of those films that gets better and better with the more you watch it.
I'm not going to be her, but I'm going to be her mother. So depressing.
What?
I'm taking my Yensa cream bronzer.
The Kevin O'Quan Contour Duo. Both hit pan.
Good
This
for
is
you.
A nice shade that's not too dark or...
Does it come in many shades? I have that.
I don't know.
I'm going to use Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush kit.
Okay, I will go in with a bit of the Film Star Bronze and Glow and just put a little bit of definition. But nothing crazy, nothing modern. Showing off here, Natasha.
Yeah. I'm going to just blush, not glow maybe, like you said. Right?
Right.
I feel like all makeup is, I came here red. All it is erasing what you have and then putting it back.
In a different place. So this is the Crush on Cupid color. Very pink.
Ooh.
Pink. And I'm going to put a lot of it on.
Are you?
Yeah, because she's very blushy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Also, I love blush. And I want you to see it, because even when I put a lot on here, you can't even see it on the camera.
It's true.
Okay, eyes. Time.
I don't know where to start. I'm going to go blue and silver.
Yeah, I'm just going to go turquoisey blue to keep with the theme.
Is it turquoise she wears?
Well, it's like a blue, but not like a deep, richer blue. It's like a baby blue with a bit of turquoise. Sometimes she wears purple. Okay, so we need to talk about this film.
Talk about this film.
I re-watched it for the second time last night. Like, I've seen it once a while ago, and then I made you watch it. Mm-hmm. First off, it is the weirdest movie, so you must watch it if you haven't seen it before.
It is the weirdest movie.
It's so weird. It's super... Is it campy? But
yeah,
it's not
campy.
It's campy. It's, yeah, based in the 1960s, super stylized. That's almost like the best part of it. It honestly looks like a tarot deck come to life, and I think they did that on purpose. Just like super rich colors.
I know what it reminds me of.
What?
Like those Andy Warhol movies back in the 60s.
Andy Warhol had movies?
Yeah, he did.
Ooh.
Yeah, Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. And it's like that.
Yeah. Well, I could definitely
see that.
It's
like super, like it's sexy.
Oh, yeah.
And like...
There's all these naked people.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
They're all culty.
Culty naked people. What can possibly go wrong?
The premise of it is, it's this witch. I'd say she's kind of a baby witch. She's newer to her powers. And all she wants is a man to love her. So she uses her powers to rope a man into loving her. She uses sex magic to achieve that.
Sex magic?
Well, yeah, sex magic.
What's that? Blood sugar sex magic. What is sex magic?
It's like using sex as magic and power.
Oh,
so I feel like because that's what it's based around, there's a lot of potent imagery and feminist discussions to be had as we move forward and keeping all this in mind. But she's very like infantilized almost, like, and she's very much about being like the most ideal woman, and she's kind of childish, and even in just the way she talks about men and how she wants a man, but at the same time, like, she ends up killing these men with her love magic to the point that they're so in love with her that they die. So, like, there's one character, I wrote down some of the lines because they're so funny. One character asks her name's Elaine, the main witch.
Oh, yeah, Elaine.
She says, "Do you have fairy princess fantasies?" and they're like sitting in this tea room. It's just like vomity, feminine. And then she's like, of course, we may be grown women, but underneath it all, we're just little girls dreaming about being carried off by a prince on a white horse. She literally talks like that. Like, but that's why it's so funny. And then the other character is kind of like, no, the world doesn't revolve around men's needs. And, you know, like, at first you're like, yeah, Elaine, what are you going on about? But then you kind of realize as you think about it, she's actually, like, right. Like, the world does revolve around men's needs, for one.
Well, yeah, but it shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't. But, like, I feel like Elaine has it right in that she's embodying all these things that we don't want to see in a woman. Someone kowtowing down to men and basically almost it seems like she has no agency, but she subverts that in such a way that she does have agency, that she does almost like use this idea of men and their needs and uses it to get her own things.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
It's you're using your feminine wiles.
Yeah, that's what.
And then it ends up going against you, no?
Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. At the end, I won't spoil it too much, but it's like, does she
Nobody's
want
gonna
to
watch
kill? No, they're gonna watch it.
They're gonna watch it.
Does she want to kill these men? Is that her goal at the end? I don't think so. She's like an anti-hero. One of those people you kind of hate.
She's like Glenn Close in the Bunny Burner movie. You know, she uses her powers to get she's 36 years old. She wants to have a baby. Did you see that?
No, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Tell me.
The movie's not called Bunny Burner, but A Fatal Attraction.
What's it called? Okay.
It's so good. She seduces a married man. She has an affair with Michael Douglas. And he's got a family in Connecticut or somewhere like that. I'm cutting a crease.
Oh, really? With concealer?
Yeah. Oh. And then she gets pregnant, but she will not be ignored is the best line ever. I will not be ignored. And she goes to his Connecticut house or wherever and burns. Oh, she doesn't burn the bunny. She boils the bunny. The kid's pet bunny.
Oh.
Yeah.
This must be seen.
Yeah. And she ends up... I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
For you young millennials who haven't seen it. It's a classic, though. But I swear, like, Family Guy must have jokes on that.
Probably. This sounds like it has a very similar premise in, like, her behavior. Because she's super destructive in her.
Yeah. Her wants make her destructive. Which goes to show you shouldn't want anything. Right? Isn't that the Buddhist way?
I think it is the Buddhist way. But by the end, I kind of like Elaine. Like, you know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of Aquatofana.
Who?
Aquatofana. Who's that? Remember? That's what Bailey Sarian says when she's telling the story of the 17th century Julia Tofana. She was a woman who sold poisons disguised as perfume and beauty products to women who wanted to kill their husbands.
Oh, yeah.
This is real story. Yeah. Because they were abusive and because women had no choice. So it's like she's this real story. It's like, are we on her side, Julia Tofana? Like, she's kind of helping women, but she's also helping them murder.
Yeah, we're on her side. Right?
But that's the same with Elaine. Like, obviously this is within a fictional realm. Murder is not good.
No.
But we're on her side in that, like, these men who use her and these men who, and I think they put it in the 60s for a specific reason, and, like, gendered stereotypes and how women were treated. Like, we're on her side in that she doesn't want to be used by men. She wants to be loved by men.
Yeah, she wants to be loved.
And that kind of gets, like, come on, girl. But at the same time, who doesn't want to be loved?
Love is confusing.
So I'm just darkening the crease up a little bit, and I'm keeping this very round because her shape is very round. Doesn't go out like I normally do.
I cut a crease. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna read you. I wrote down some lines from the movie that were lots to think about, I feel. So you listen, you do your makeup.
Oh,
and
good,
I'm gonna
because I need to concentrate.
Yeah, because I can't read at the same time. Okay, so she has like this creepy cult leader dude in the movie who I don't know quite what to think of, because he almost seems to help her and other witches like get their magic and teach them how to take advantage of men, but then he seems really creepy and exploitive. But anyway, there's this conversation that happens with him, the cult leader, Gayen, I think his name is, and this other woman who's like, seems to be high up in the cult or the coven, and her name's Barbara, and they're having a conversation in a burlesque bar to these young new witches, and they're explaining what they're going to be teaching these new witches. So Gayen says, do you see how powerful that girl is? We're sort of watching this burlesque dancer and all these men in the front leering, like classic men in a strip club, you know? And then he says, these men would do anything for her. Wouldn't you like to have all that power yourselves? All witches need to figure out where their power lies, and we feel that a woman's greatest power lies in her sexuality. We don't view this power as satanic or anti-feminist, but as a celebration of woman as a natural creature, an earthly body, a spiritual essence, and a womb. And then Barbara says, the whole history of witchcraft is interwoven with the fear of female sexuality. They burned us at the stake because they feared their erotic feelings we elicited them. Later, they used marriage to hold us in bondage and made us their servants, whores, and fantasy dolls, never asking us what we wanted. And then Gayen says, they teach us that a normative human being is a hyper-rationalist, stoic male, and that women's emotions and intuitions are illnesses that need to be cured. We believe that men and women are different and that true equality lies in that difference. Then Barbara says, we strive for a male-female polarity and regain our primal power as goddesses. We need to teach men how to love us using ways they can understand. And then it sort of finishes up with Gayen saying, so goddesses, use perfume, wear high heels and makeup, learn to dress your hair in attractive ways, display flesh artfully and know what to conceal. Be a mother and a lover. Stand your ground, but always let the man feel like a man. And then Barbara says, use sex magic to destroy his fear of you and to open his heart to the floodgates of love. Only then will he begin to see you as a human being with all your inner beauty. Then, when his heart is open to love, you may do with him what you will. So I've got like that dialogue sums up like the whole movie, and it's like kind of problematic in some ways, but it is also right in some ways. Like I think we're at a point in time now where women's sexuality, it's kind of like you can do what you want with it. You can use it in any way you like. But then it's funny that he's like, you have to use perfume and wear high heels and makeup and play the man's game, as if those things are for men, but also just like, I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird little dialogue, a weird little scene.
What do you think the filmmaker wanted to say when making this movie? And in what year did the filmmaker make this movie?
I want to say it was 2016. I want to say. I feel like she was using the campy, exploitive film sort of structure as a way to tell this story in which we're not supposed to like a character at first, but we're on her side, and we are supposed to think about why do we not like her, and why are we rooting for her, and what messages are getting bogged up in sort of the initial plotline you see of this woman trying to be super feminine, make men fall in love with her, what's under the surface. And I think there's this narrative of women taking power, women taking control, unfortunately doing it within the parameters of a world that puts men first and puts men's desires first, but then working within that to get what you want. But does she want the men dead? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just such a weird film in of itself, just for what it is. So you just have to watch it. You gotta watch it again.
If I can, but it's not on Shudder.
Right.
I don't torrent.
Oh, I realized it also reminds me of this song I wrote back in my band, Nikki Fierce, called Made for You.
Mm-hmm.
And like the main lines in it were like, oh silly man,
Oh, silly man.
why do I let you rule my world?
Yeah.
And, oh silly man, can't you just love me?
I remember that song. That was a classic.
Classic Nikki Fierce. It reminds me of that song. I feel like when I was writing that song, I was just really thinking about, and when I was singing that song in the studio, I was like thinking about society and how they think of women, and I was literally thinking of Donald Trump. It was like around the time just after he got elected, and I was thinking about how him and everything he stood for against women and how gross and weird he was, and I was like, how many people were on his side? And I was just thinking again, so mad about it, so mad at him, and it's like to the world, like, why can't you just love women? Why?
Oh, I
All
love
these
women.
years of this.
They'll grab him by the pussy.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you love him for, and that's what this movie is about. It's like calling that all out. Especially, I guess, in that time. Think of like Mad Men and how the women and the secretaries are treated.
Yeah,
That was
shocking.
very realistic, right?
Shocking. I don't know. I wasn't born then. I didn't work then.
He didn't work then. We'll
My
have to
sisters
ask.
did.
I'll have to ask them. I'm using concealer to make this roundness more precise because I got carried away with talks of witches, as usual. It's almost hard to stop yourself from going
I'm doing
out.
fake bottom eyelashes with eyeliner.
Oh, I love doing that. It's like Twiggy. Going off camera to do the wing. It's going to be a rounder wing, but chunky. But I need to anchor my elbow.
What are you doing for the lips?
For my lips,
Mm-hmm.
I'm using Glossier. Because it's the only color I have similar to Elaine in The Love Witch. And this is really old. And it's a lip product. But it's the only thing I've got.
Well, what does Elaine use?
Well, she always has this like pinky, either a pinky lip or a peachy lip. I don't have anything like that. You? What you?
I'm doing like
been using?
60s lips. Pinky nude.
Yeah.
No.
No.
This one's a cat,
Cat ball. KVD. Okay. Like this formula, what is this? I'm sorry, but
Do you need something like
no,
it?
I like the color. It's fine. I just don't understand the hype.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Sorry, Endless Cacao. Not today.
Yeah, that's it. So I kept my wing very, not wing like how wings are today, like super out and feline. It's more rounded, and I put the black eyeliner just along the sort of water lash line there a little, but I don't bring it in all the way because it draws my eyes too close together. You know, that was her look, but I just know I'm just gonna look like...
Yeah, you have to do for your own eye.
Yeah. I wanted to do a quick shout out to a friend of mine, you know who you are, who has been watching us and she loves us, and she did a fabulous wing the other day. She did an Audrey Hepburn inspired
Do
wing.
I know her?
Yeah.
Who?
Megan.
Oh.
She didn't want me to say her
Oh,
name.
okay.
Ah. I'm so proud of her and her wing. I was thinking of her as I did my wing. My wing. Anyway, don't I look love witchy?
Yes, you do.
I feel.
Should I describe my look?
Yeah, describe.
I just did like it's a graphic-ish eye like they did in the 60s. I just went on Pinterest and followed something, but didn't remember where I put it on my Pinterest board. So I just did it from memory.
Yeah, I love
And using
it.
this palette, like it's so great.
This one's so so blue themed, so it's really good for these looks.
Yes.
Would you say the 60s, like, blue was the color? What do you feel?
Well,
feel-
I was a baby.
I know, I keep saying...
I felt like
oh,
everything was chalky blue.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the 70s, because that's when people... And it was blue then, too. Like, apparently blue is Pantone's color of the year.
This year?
2020.
Ooh.
Basic blue. I just looked that up today. Basic blue.
Basic blue.
But yeah, I guess the 60s, I don't know. Did they... Yeah, blue or green or...
What was even the formulas they were using? Somebody tell us.
I would love that. Oh, yeah. Waxy and probably chalky and...
Yeah, well, in the Love Witch movie, there's a brief moment where you see this woman. She's like hacked into her house and she steals her makeup and she puts it on and it's all creamy and thick. Well, this is the finished looks. What do you think? Have you done 60s makeup before?
I know I have.
I know.
What's your favorite era of makeup?
Yes.
Let us know down below.
So I'll leave you with this fun fact before we leave. I don't know if you've seen The Love Witch, you'll see that she uses a flying ointment, which is a reference to, here's a witchy fact for you. You know how there's that image of a witch on a broom? You know where that comes from? Women using ointments at the end of brooms with hallucinogenic properties, and they put up their vaginas.
No.
Yeah. And that's where a witch's like broom, like witches being on a broom, because they'd use the ends of broom handles to use their flying ointments.
The ends of the broom handles.
Yeah, the ends of the broom handles, not the other side.
Okay, I get that.
The ends of the broom handles to put their flying ointment. So, kids, along with your margaritas, why don't you try some flying ointment tonight? All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Bye, witches.
Bye, witches.